What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Mini Continents AI Only World Battle. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Seems like a lot of you... Oh, yawn. Not a good time. That wasn't even a yawn. I don't know what that was. That was just like a weird belching. That's a horrible word. No, let's not use that one. Let's move on. There's some weird feeling in my, something came up from the stomach. This is gross. Sorry if I'm grossing you out right now. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't sick. I don't know how to even describe this feeling, but there you go. We just had something that wasn't really a yawn, but it was certainly a noise from deep down. Maybe it's hunger. I don't know. I'm not that hungry though, so maybe not. But beyond that, a lot of rambling coming on. Carrying on from where we just left off, which obviously for you guys was a day ago. For me was 30 seconds ago. So that probably why. But there we go. So far, so good. In this AI battle, lots of exciting things going on. There's definitely some civs out there who I'm expecting a little bit more from, so we're going to highlight some of those now. Russia, what are you doing? I know you attacked Mongolia last episode, but it's not going to work. We have to see Russia v the Huns. In fact, I'm willing... I don't want to open them, actually. I was going to say we'd look at the info addicts, just a head-to-head Russia v the Huns and nobody else, but I don't actually want to open them because I think it will crash. We'll leave that out maybe till next time. Russia and the Huns, though, for that matter, I want to see more from them. They're both positioned good, they look strong, high expectations for them, and they've sort of let us down a little bit so far. So hopefully one of those two wakes up a little bit. Rome, similar position, but to be honest, I don't really see what their option is. These two have to fight each other at some point, but I don't know about Rome. They're in a rough spot, to be honest. To get further than here, I think they can, sometimes survival is the best bet. Just keep what you have, and that might actually be enough by the end. Who knows? Because a lot of the smaller civs will get picked off. We're sort of heading towards that second phase that we normally have. We've had that initial phase of wars. I think we're starting to build into the second one that eventually will come as certain civs do start to make the moves. We have waves of peace and war. I think we're going to move into one soon with a lot of war. Congo has just completely thrown it, so I'm going to move them off this list. Bye, Congo. What other civs do we want to see more from? Spain and France could definitely be in there too, but again, they're in an awkward spot. One of them has to kill the other one. It's sort of similar to Russia and the Huns. There's not really much else they can do. France have a little bit more room for maneuver. I think they have an easier shot, potentially at Britain, if they built any boats, which they haven't really done. They focused on land units. Spain, I guess, got plenty of options, so I wouldn't count them out. But yeah, I don't really know. Spain is a random spinner. Who could they go after next? So I don't know. Spain, yeah, there's opportunities there. France, again, there's Britain, Germany. There's ways they could make things work. So those two I'd be excited to see some more out of, for sure. I'd love to see a sort of another head-to-head that needs to happen at some point. I'd love to see Babylon and Arabia, a winner. A clear winner. Maybe one of them needs help, but if they need to play the politics of the game to get some help, then that's fine. That's the whole point. I'm not going to take it away from a civ there, but yeah, one of them, I'd love to see one of them come out on top in this Middle East region, because it's so unique in this map how it's going to play out, particularly with the later technologies, with all of this sort of water around it. A bit more different, it's more accessible in all directions, really. There's a complete loop available. If someone was to conquer all of this, you'd almost have full access. Only need a few more cities to get a perfect way around. So yeah, it could be quite interesting for them. India and Siam, again, I don't know. They're probably not as much. I don't expect much from them. I don't really know where they can go. They've sort of blocked each other in. They've all settled in well, not India so much, but particularly the Khazar here, Siam here and round this corner, or sort of just round the curve of the rivers. They have settled some really difficult spots, so I'm not sure we'll see too much there. Germany and Rome did peace out, by the way. I think I missed that at the time. And ideology, the Sioux are the first to get an ideology with autocracy. They are, of course, closing in, potentially on Washington. I think they should get it, but we'll find out fairly soon. And America may get this in return, but I'm not sure that'll all be worth it, really. But they're trying. Seeing some trade from Britain to America, so that's interesting. Right, let's just have a look. Australia... Again, not huge expectations for them, but the fact that they know this land is here and they're not really making the most of it is a little disappointing, to be honest. But yeah, that, like I've always said, they're a bit of a placeholder. If they do really well, that's great, but again, it's just if I left it empty, some other civ would come and settle here and just run away with it. So yeah, we have to have Australia here, basically. And there is some other options, but they did not want to load this time, so they're not here. But maybe one day they'll be back. Rhodesia really been a bit of a letdown, but they are in a tough spot. They're going to need some good technology. I feel like we've maybe hurt them a little bit too much with this river. Maybe the river should have been north of the Congo, so that it forced the Congo south instead. Maybe that should have been the plan here, because the Congos really struggled to get out, and I do understand they are boxed into a little corner. But they've got plenty of space, some good cities. But yeah, maybe the river should have gone north of Congo, and then instead of trying to, save the Congo from this Rhodesia and Zulu to the south, forced them to just go head on into it. Because normally, no river, they just settle some random cities around here and it goes all wrong. So maybe that would have been the better play. Just force them south. But I don't know, it doesn't matter now. Hindsight is always good. We'll just learn from it. It's fine. Mali closing in. Looks like it's finally going to happen. There you go. The city's been on the edge for a while. Russia into the industrial era as Rome completes the Sistine Chapel. I don't actually know where that is. Sistine Chapel. I've managed to learn where most of the wonders are. Let's have a little Google. I'm going to have a guess that it is in Italy or France. Oh, it's in the Vatican. There we go. So it is in Italy. Okay. There you go. The more you know. I got it kind of right then. But there you go. We like that. We like a Civ getting it right. I know Rome is not the Vatican, but, well, the Vatican is in Rome, isn't it? Or next to it. I don't know. I've never been, so who knows? I'm pretty sure they're really close though. It's definitely like part or not part of. It's supposed to be its own thing, but it is like right next to another or right in another big Italian city. I'm guessing Rome, but could be any of them. I'm sure someone will know. I'm sure I could just Google Maps it now. Just do that. This is the wonders of technology we have. I'm pretty sure it's Rome. I just want to be proved right now. I'm nervous about getting it wrong. Rome. I don't see it. Google Maps. Yeah, it's a sort of part of the western city centre of Rome. There we go. We nailed it. It's in Rome, basically. But it is in Rome. I didn't want it to be outside of Rome or inside and get that wrong as well. I boxed myself in there. We had to find the answer. But there we go. We know where it is. I think I know where most of the wonders are. Actually, no, I'm not going to put myself down to that one. That could go pretty wrong. There are some I definitely don't know the location of. But a lot of them, I think we're getting pretty good at. Maybe. Britain, Texas. That was a very quick turn. Somebody just shot by. Congo, Mali. Spain and Britain going after each other again in the Peninsula battle here. And I think Morocco just got eliminated. Yes, Mali putting all that effort in, all of those unique units, all just to grab a 2-pop city in the desert. Fair enough. And all that I guess will remain to remind us of Morocco is this Casbah that they've built. The rest is sort of gone. Okay, so the Aztecs settles it. Yeah, so the Sioux could not settle on this island, so I don't know where their settler has gone. Oh, it's heading back home. I don't know if they'll squeeze it in somewhere later on. The Civs do tend to do it. You might see it like show up here, which wouldn't be the worst spot, connecting the lakes. It might just go there or somewhere, or it might. I mean, Iceland is available if they know it's there. Maybe not. Songhai taking another city off Benin, so they're starting to emerge. It's a nice little Civ here in West Africa. Maybe them v Mali. Bit of a rivalry building up. Carthage still okay. Not great. Not terrible. Sort of on that sort of lines. Would be interesting to see what they can do. I mean, they obviously have had the Garamantes capital for a while. And while it's small, I mean, it's all farms now, so that's definitely helping it. I'm just wondering, there's a lot of mines here. I feel like there's some good production in this city. You can see Carthage has filled a lot of their land with units, so maybe they're doing okay. They also have musketmen. Neither of Mali or Songhai have those, so that might be a sign that they're doing fairly well. Potentially. Can never really know. As we find out when we look at the info addicts, it just normally backfires horribly. Starting to see some civs with Gatling guns. Obviously we know frigates are sort of the sign of being a leading civ from the boat perspective. Caravels as well, a little bit older, but yeah, frigates definitely the sign. I think Gatling guns have probably overtaken musketmen as a sign for good civs on land. Don't know where Korea's up to in that department. Do they have any Gatling guns? Not yet. But again, that might be money. They don't have any bow. Oh, yeah, they have a couple. I was going to say they don't have any bowmen to upgrade, but they do have a couple. What else? The Sioux, I think, have always been sort of chilling, sort of behind on technology, but they do have some frigates, some cannons, and yeah, they should grab Washington sort of next turn. If they haven't been already, I don't think they've been. But if they're about to go, we'll hang around. It's fine. See what happens. It's going to take forever now. Rhodesia, why are you taking so long? You're not even doing anything. You're literally just sat in the corner. Houston. I was like, who's Hooten? Houston? Well, I'm assuming is Texas, right? It's a city there. I would guess so. I don't want to click on it again. Things might break. Let's leave it. But yeah, Texas into the Renaissance era. I think that's a little concerning since we're seeing subsivs in the industrial era. It's been good, but Texas and California, yeah, this river certainly hurt them. I think. Yeah, I don't know. This was the river that was like I was not sure like how to do. It was the one continent because see north, east and west would have been another. Just divide it from the top, like following maybe this river, but then that would have left the US on their own. Or move the Sioux on this side with the US, it would just be kind of small. And then how do you sort of have it run through here and just like absolutely wreck this area where it's a bit thin? I wasn't really sure, to be honest. So this is the one I was least certain about, definitely, when I was putting them in. I mean, the Brazil one was just like a random. I just had to put one in, and I just thought I thought the Inca usually struggles, so let's put it on Brazil's side, hurt them a little bit. That was kind of the thought process there. All the other ones I think have worked pretty nicely. This one in Europe has actually been quite interesting. This area has just been a complete, really super interesting with all the connections up here through the Caspian and Black Sea. The Black Sea does not look that big when you open it up to just other water that's a similar size, does it? The Caspian Sea is hardly recognizable. These ones, I really like these as well. I think mainly just from how they look more than anything. I think it looks pretty cool just imagining like a canal system like this. Where else did There's not actually that many others. Obviously, there's a giant one in Africa. I was going to go with the Nile, but it was just a bit too much to the east. And like it would have just... I don't know where I would have had to have moved Egypt to. But yeah, like the Nile here just wouldn't have really added to the gameplay. It would have just isolated Ethiopia. Sort of messed with Egypt a little bit. So yeah, I went a bit more west and just tried to sort of make it a bit more interesting. But again, maybe you agree, disagree. I don't know. But there we go. America does lose Washington to the Sioux. What a role reversal right there. But let's see. They still have a few. There's still good cities here for America. I mean, they probably won't last all game, but they're not. Okay, no, I can't push this story. They're not going to be in the top 10. I was like, maybe, if there's just 9 other super civs that leave America alone, maybe they can squeeze in. But no, let's not push the narrative too far. And Edinburgh has been captured by Great Britain. Oh, so Britain took their city back. Okay, I thought Spain would have made the progress, but no, never mind. Goes the other way. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Turn 125, so we're about halfway now to where I would expect the end to probably be. I'm just guessing. You never know. Some of them go on further, some less. Yeah, you never really know. So I am just guessing, but I would say we're probably about halfway, maybe. Alright, India v Babylon. This is interesting. We had this before. Didn't really work out for India, but this time they look like they're a bit better prepared. I see some privateers, which are better boat units. A lack of iron is what the no frigates is suggesting to me. Rome has also gone for Byzantium. I was hoping it would be someone against Arabia or another civ against Babylon to make things interesting. But you know what? If Rome could somehow get this to work, Attila's tried to make an effort now too, so this is possible. It would be really good if Rome could get Constantinople. But again, if the Huns get it, I wouldn't be against that either. The Khazar and Mongolia have peaced out. That did not really lead to too much. This city is in an awful position to try and conquer. 4 mountains around it. Not quite as bad. Only 4 mountains. I mean, it's not quite the 5 or 6 that this one's got here. Look at that. That is ridiculous. 1 entry point. Guarded by giant elephants. Yeah, that is terrifying. I don't know how anyone gets to this city. If you are Siam, you just put all your planes here and you just have complete control of the air over East Asia or Southeast Asia. That is a crazy spot. Like, obviously, there is no production. Like, there is no value to this city. Like, none of these mountains provide anything. You've literally got a mine with 3 production, another mine with 3 production. The city tile has 2 food and 1 production. And luckily, you have a nice banana farm or plantation giving you 5 food, and this tile's giving you a little bit of food, like enough to sustain this 6 population. Maybe you're sending it a caravan as well. Yep, there you go, food caravan. Maybe a couple of food caravans by the look of it. Just enough to sustain it. But yeah, I mean, it serves as a great fort kind of city. You could keep your planes very safe in here. No one's ever probably going to conquer that, even until the very end of the game. Maybe Korea comes along with some really good units. But for the most part, that city is super safe. So you just keep pumping out 1 unit, sit it in the entrance point, and you're good. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, really good settling from Siam. Nothing else. No new peace deals, no new wars. But I think India's going to have a good go at Babylon this time. I still think they lack boats, but if they can get on, if they can get the first city, they can struggle through, grab a CAD here, and then sort of move on to the land, they might have a chance. Babylon isn't coastal. I don't know. This still could be quite tough, but yeah, hopefully India does well. Or vice versa, maybe Babylon, flips it on its head and goes after India. But they really don't have any boats, really. They have a couple of triremes. So I don't not expecting the greatest deal from them. Not gonna put that kind of unfair pressure on their heads just yet anyway. Anything else? Nope, that's Marley's turn, and that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment on the video. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.